I've been thinking a lot lately about what a difference beauty makes in our life. I mean in our lives. I don't mean hair and makeup kind of beauty, although there's nothing wrong with that. It's wonderful. What I mean is the beauty around us and how you surround yourself with beauty and how to protect yourself from negative and ugly and what the value of doing that is. So in today's video, I'm so enjoying working on what I call my giant glue book, which is made from an old calendar. And so I thought I would do some more pages in that and just concentrate on beautiful things, and especially the things that I find beautiful or that add beauty to my life. And I mean, there's general things that, of course, add beauty to everyone's life, I imagine. But because a glue book is personal, I'm going to use things that mean something to me, and I suggest you do the same in your glue book projects. So let's get started and just have a chat. This is the book that I'm working on. It started out as a calendar. I'm just barely into it, and I thought I'd just show you the pages that I've got done very briefly. This is what I called my vision board pages, and I think the whole book is going to end up being kind of like that. But one of my visions for myself is to have a beach house, or I don't have to own it, just I'd like to stay at one, especially in the winter, because Canadian winters are kind of long, and I'm actually in the warmest part of Canada. But winters can be long and dreary, and I need sunshine. So I have a few beaches picked out that I think will work for me, but in the meantime, I'm keeping my dream alive by having it in my journal, my glue book, which is I'm calling a vision board or vision journal. I like that, actually, a vision journal. And so today this is my next set of pages, and like I mentioned in my introduction, I'm going to just use beautiful things that make me happy. But before I get started on all the magazine pages I've got and other things, I just recently got these new ephemera pieces, and I thought, well, I ordered them online. I ordered them from a company, I'll put a link below because they do have some cool stuff. Oh, I guess I could have taken this apart from the bottom. But I thought these vintage dresses were such a fun idea. My mom used to wear dresses like that. She always looked so nice, you know. When we cleaned out the house after she passed away, we found some old photos, and my sister and I were looking at them, and she said, Mom always looked so fashionable. And it's true. And she also made clothes for all of us, and in particular my sister and me, and stuff like this. I think I had an outfit just like that in the early 70s. Anyway, she always used to tell us we were the best dressed kids in the country. By doing that, she instilled in us the value of looking good and feeling good about it, and you know, I think she did a good thing. It wasn't a competition, it was just, you know, it made us feel good about ourselves. So there's those ones, and there's these ones. Look at that. The styles were so pretty, so nice, and so feminine. And I think we've got away from that so much. Oh, I used to love those styles. I want another dress like that. I might even still have a pattern, but I'm not exactly the same size. I love this one too. I want one of those for summer. I never was good at the tight waist ones, but there's lots. I think I actually have this pattern because when we cleaned out Mom's sewing room, and she was an excellent seamstress, I brought home some of the patterns. Anyway, there's my new toy, you could say. I don't know if I'll use those in this project or not, but I have them there, and they're fun. Let me see. I'm gonna just pop these up here as well. I broke my middle nail the other day doing some things and cleaning, exactly. And it's just been, I can't use that finger very well. And here's the other one I ordered, which is, it really came nicely packaged. I'll just pull that off there, and let's see what we've got. These are very pretty. Oh, look. Oh, I'm so glad I ordered these. Look at them. I love things with letters and flowers and books and letter box, little gift package. So pretty. Okay. I'm into pretty, as you know, like this is no surprise, is it? I'm into pretty things. So I'm putting those just out of my way for now, and then we can start sort of perusing some new pictures. Now I found this one. Now to me this doesn't look like beach, it looks like lake. But I'm closer to the lakes than I am to the beaches, so yeah, it is what it is. Here's another one. I just love this. I mean, this is me, right? Painting outside with my pretty chair and umbrella, and you know, I have a tree. I could actually do that one. I got a lot of these from a magazine that I used to have a subscription to. It's a French magazine called Marie-Claire Idée, and idée obviously means ideas, but it's all for things you can make. Now, I am not going to be knitting radishes anytime soon, or probably ever, but it has lots of ideas in it. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the descriptions are all in French, and my French is passable, but it's not great. So I've been just going through these and pulling out some things that I thought would make nice pictures to use in glue books. So for example, this is just beautiful. So, you know, even if you just use a few pictures of things that you love, and, you know, when you're having a day where you need cheering up, or you just, you know, just want to sort of sink into a beautiful space, then you've got your book you can look through. And I pulled this one out because of the blue. It's a great background. I don't know that I'll use it today, but I could. We'll see. And this, of course, is artistic, which is like me. And anyway, I'm not really sure what I'm putting in here today. I know I'm not putting this guy in the kayak, because that's not the look I want. Right now what I want is romantic. That's actually what I'd like my life to be. Sort of romantic from a beauty standpoint, you know what I mean? How do you do that? Well, I would say, I mean, I'm not talking about romance with a significant other, which can be romantic as well, but I'm talking about the style of romance. A romantic style. So I'm going to start with this. I think I'll put it here because then I can fill this in, and this takes up pretty much the entire page. I could shorten it. I don't think I will, but there's another little thing up here that I'll probably cover up. So and look at this. Now this is a way that you could add romance to your life, or you know, just make things a little more romantic. These are just simple little pots and tissue paper flowers. So add that to a tabletop and suddenly it just looks prettier. I think it's worth the effort. This glue nozzle is a little bit on the half closed side. So one day I said to my husband, I would like to go to England and just visit museums and stately homes. And he said, that's the last thing I want to do. Now, I'm not saying my husband can't be romantic, because he is quite often. However, he obviously doesn't share my desire when it comes to travel. In fact, I quite often travel without him. And he has even traveled at least once without me. And we were both happy about that. Because he went to, I think I mentioned this before, he went to Iceland last year with our daughter, who really wanted to go, and she asked me, and I said, no thank you. That place doesn't interest me. I like places that have, you know, palaces and museums and beautiful vistas, and you know, I want to go somewhere beautiful like Paris. Okay, I have also got some smaller things. I like that design. This, that's not what I'm after. Here's a cute little girl in her pretty dress. I love the palm tree, but it's not quite my look this time. So I think what we need here is pinks. And I'm going to have to look through a lot of stuff here. So on the theme of something like this, actually would be nice. Okay, we're going to use this. This came from old Mary Engelbright magazines. Remember when she had Home Companion before the 2008 crash? I loved that magazine, and it just never came back. I wish it had, but it didn't. So what can you do? Nothing. I kept a lot of them, and now, you know, just recently I went, okay, do I really need to have all this stuff in my life, like magazines from 2008? And I decided I need the space, and not just the space in the house, which I definitely need, but also the space in my head, you know. And I'm reworking my office space here in the house so that I can make it into my painting studio and get everything out of the living room finally. But what it requires is a ton of throwing out. So that's where the magazine clean out has come from. But it's really been fun to go through all these old magazines and to pull out the things that I just really love, like this. And you know what else is really good for this kind of look is Victoria magazines. I had lots and lots of those. So they're in here too. I found that Coastal Living maybe had a little bit more that worked for glue books, but you know, it's totally up to you what you want to use and how you want to arrange things. It just really doesn't matter. It's, as I've said before more than once, it's what makes you happy. So these kind of go together, I think, and I'm going to put those in, and then I will embellish with some other little things. I'm not really sure what. Probably some washi tape along here where that other thing shows the background of the sunflower. So my point is that beauty makes a difference to your life. It actually lifts your spirit. And I don't say lifts your spirits, because you just have one spirit. So it lifts your spirit, and that's a good thing. So I'm going to flip this over and not get any glue on my hands. And just pop it in here where it fits perfectly. Isn't that pretty? I love these kind of big, fluffy, kind of plumpy cushions. And then there's this one, and you know what I'm going to do is cut the top of this with these scissors to put a little scalloped edge on them. Like that. You can hardly see it though. The background is too much the same. Okay, what will I do about that? I have a bunch of these that most of them are Happy Planner or reflections from, no, recollections, sorry, from Michael's. But I've got some pink ones in here that I think will work. And there's this one, which has sort of a rose gold design in it. I don't want to make it too busy, but I would like that scalloped edge to show. So if I put this here, I think that works. So either that one or maybe this one. No, that's too busy. All right, we'll go with this one and just cut it to fit, and then measure this to see where it's going to land. So about there is where we want it. Kind of covered up that blue Well, I don't know if I didn't cut it straight or I just put it on there so crookedly, but it doesn't look very straight. Let's see. Okay, well, I didn't cut it straight. That makes a difference. Okay, let's try this a little again. When it comes to surrounding yourself with beautiful things, it can be anything from like refurnishing, redecorating your entire home, or moving to somewhere where it's more beautiful, or, you know, it depends, of course, what you want to do with your life and what your budget is, but it doesn't have to be expensive, because you can do simple things like buying yourself flowers. When you go to the grocery store every week or whenever, just buy yourself flowers. That's an easy way. Also, change things to the colors that make you happy. Here's an example. The room where I have my office used to be my daughter's bedroom. And she grew up and moved away, which kids do. And I have an art projector, and a friend of mine asked to borrow it once. And I don't usually loan things like that, but she's an artist, and I thought she'll be good to it. Not a big deal. I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, it turned out it wasn't fine. She actually broke something in it. It still works fine, but when I got it home, she was very apologetic, but the fact remained that my projector had a broken part. So I was quite disappointed by that, understandably. I think I'll put this pink along the bottom too, even though the background kind of shows through. That's the thing about washi tape. Anyway, by way of apology, she gave me this piece of fabric, and it was in dark greens and brown, and it looked like animals on like cave dwelling paintings. So it was quite artistic, and you know, whatever. I wouldn't say I liked it, but I had it, and it was big, and I needed curtains for that room. So I bought lining, and I sewed the curtains and hung them up, and it was fine. But the room needed to be painted, and so I painted to match that. And I've never liked it. So, but then I moved my office into the room anyway, because it was the one that was available. As I've mentioned before, we don't have a big house, so we gotta use what we have. Anyway, there it's been for all these years. Like, I'm talking 10 years or more. I've got this green paint, and green is not my favorite color, especially dull green. It's like, ooh. And these brown and green curtains, which I don't like brown at all. Earth tones are great on the earth, but I don't want them on me or in my house. And so what happened was I was stuck with this because I moved in, and there's shelves and filing cabinets and all these big things, hard to move, all that stuff. Anyway, because I'm in the process of changing things around so that I can have more room to paint some big canvases, which is the other thing I do. It's my other main thing. I have to rearrange everything anyway. I'm getting rid of pieces of furniture and shelves, and so I had all these magazines on the shelves that I've just been saving because I like to have them and they're beautiful and blah blah blah. I thought they've got to go. So that's why I have all this stuff, because those magazines had to go. This is so evocative, isn't it? Like you go out in the morning with your coffee and your book before the sun is really hot. Sounds like a vacation to me. Anyway, I have to dig through these a little bit because I want to find something really pretty. Anyway, I decided, since I'm going to be ripping the place apart anyway, I'm going to paint. And I've chosen the palest pink. So finally I'll be able to just breathe a huge sigh of happiness in there, where I'll be spending a lot of time, and surround myself with even more beauty. I guess my point is, if you're going to add beauty, subtract ugly. So in my case, the curtains went a few years ago. I got rid of them. It's like I can't bear these things anymore. I put up a nice white blind, and I made a little curtain topper with white fabric with random little colored dots. So cute. If I cut this, I think I'll use it. You know, I'm cutting off more than I really want to, but I probably should have cut off some of this this top part here. So by getting rid of that green paint that I really don't like and replacing it with something that I love, I think it's going to give me quite a nice lift. Now that kind of works. You still get the feeling of that. Okay, and this one. So I think my point would be here to decide what it is that you find beautiful. Because I was watching a decorating show the other night on television, and this couple painted their house in that exact color of green that's in my office that I really don't like. And I thought, ooh, don't use that color. But then I thought, you know what? It's their house. Maybe they love that color. And it certainly looked better than what was there previously. So, you know, sometimes it's a matter of just contrast. I love this too. These blues and this kind of coral pink are like my favorite colors. I think we can put this one over that. So this one will go down first. Take some time to make a list, or carry a notebook, or you use the note thing on your phone and take pictures. And if you see something where you can't take a picture, make a note. I really love the way lime green looks next to aqua. Well, that's valuable, because if you really love it and you put some of it in your home, then you'll really love your surroundings. And if you, for example, if you're looking at a magazine and you love the chandelier, well, take a picture of it or cut it out and add it to your scrapbook of beautiful things, or your happiness book, or whatever you want to call it. If you make a catalog almost of the things that you love that give you beauty, and then put them in a book like this, then what happens? I mean, you can do Pinterest boards, and that's great. Those are wonderful. But you can also do something like this, where you can sit in an evening and just look at your beautiful things and enjoy your... Okay, now I need something in here. I'm feeling like something florally. Let's see. Those are nice. Let me see if any of that would work. That works. That covers up too much and it doesn't really go. Okay, where is my gluing paper? There we go. This is one where I need to have the glue stick to get all those ruffly edges. So I realize I've kind of been rambling, but it tends to be how I think. And I think if you start to, and I'm going to do this to pay more attention to what I find beautiful and the kind of things that I know will make me happier. It's like grace notes for your life. I need to cover this up and this up, so I'm going to get this one out again because I've got some of those shapes. That works, and I like it in spite of the fact that it's mostly brown, but it does kind of go with this. Okay, this one is in the lead at the moment. Let's see about this one. I think I want that one in there. It does the job. And I love the color. And as far as this other one goes, let's see. Do I want it or something else? That was an extremely long, extremely loud train. I'm only like a block from the train tracks. And some of them, you can hardly hear them, and some of them must be loaded to the hilt. because that one was so loud. I had to turn off my camera just because I didn't want all that background noise. All right, I chose this one for over here, and it has to actually be in that position. Otherwise, it's not going to work because it doesn't quite cover it up if I put it in a different direction. Now, I hope I got this right. Well, almost. Close enough. And then this one, again, put it just right so that it covers up all that print. Okay, there. Now, I can add to this whenever and however I want to. And so can you. Like, you might want to go back later and go, I would really like to have some washi tape along here. I think that would look pretty, which I do. So I'll just pop it on here. This blue with, I guess it's rose gold. I'm calling that straight. If it doesn't look straight to you, you're probably right. That can go there. I want a little sticker of some kind right in here, something pretty. And at the end of this one as well. I'm not sure if I've got anything small enough. I like these ones. So these are like the letters and little books and stuff like that. So let's get this out of the way and pay attention to this. That one better because it's a little bit longer and I can put it sideways. Plus it has colors. And it has one of my favorite things, a box of paint. Now getting the backing off of these things is a miracle. Sort of cover up that whole corner. And then over here, just to add a little interest. This one is a little peculiar, but I like it. In fact, it's almost like two stickers, so I'm going to cut it apart and put them a little bit closer together. Because it's ink, which is, I think, a good fit for the artistic sort of look of this. There's that. I hope that you're finding this inspiring on any level, and that maybe you'll, you know what, I don't think I'll do anything else. I like it there. And that you'll do fun things with your glue books, and even if you don't do glue books, it doesn't matter. Even if you just are here to just have, you know, a half an hour break, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm all for it myself. So, do I have any bare spots here? There's this one. Maybe I'll put that little ink in there. Yeah, but you know what? It has this little clip on it too. So I'll take that off and then I can cut right around close in here. Please subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so that you can get the notifications when I've got new videos. And also leave a comment. I love it I love reading your comments and answering. I answer them all. There, I think that really looks nice there. I'm undecided whether to put any washi tape or border along here. So since I'm undecided, maybe I just won't. Also, be sure to click the little bell when you subscribe, because then you'd get the notifications when I have new videos. And click the thumbs up, the like button, because that tells the algorithm that you like my videos, and that helps build the channel, which is ticking along pretty well, but more would be nicer. Anyway, there's our spread for the day. I think it turned out beautifully, and I mean, how can it not when you use beautiful things? So I could put things in here because that's a bit of a bare space, but no, I think I'll just leave it for now. So like I said, subscribe to my channel. That would make me happy, and I will see you next time.